Welcome everyone. So what we are learning today is creating an image sequencing activity using H5P on WordPress. And this is what the activity looks like. So you have some random images and you have here a task description. Arrange the items from most expensive to least expensive. If you need a hint, play the audio in each image. So we have some items here. We are kind of guessing the value of the items from most expensive to least expensive, and we also have audio attached to each image. If we need a hint, we can play. So if I click on the computer here,
this computer costs $600. This computer costs $600.
So it tells me what the item is and it tells me how much it costs, and we arrange them in the correct order. It counts the moves that we make and it counts the time we spend. And let's check our answers, and we got 6 out of 6, all correct. It's a great assignment for beginners using images to teach language or to teach processes or sequences. Let's see how we can create this on WordPress. Let's get started. Creating an image sequencing activity using H5P on WordPress. So what you want to do is you want to go to your H5P plugin and you want to add a new activity. And from the module list, you want to find the image sequencing module. And if it's not installed, you can install it or just click on Get. And then start creating your activity. So we'll call this image sequencing activity. For the description of the task, for the instructions, I've put arrange the items from most expensive to least expensive. If you need a hint, play the audio in each image. So that's the task. We need to add an alternate task description, and that is for the visually impaired. So the people who can't see the pictures, but they will be able to hear the audio. So we can say something like this: listen to the audio and arrange the items from most expensive to least expensive. So in the audio, the audio says what the item is, and it also says how much it costs. So that will be how the visually impaired will finish it. Next part is where we have our images. So my activity has 6 images, and for each image, for each one, you're adding an image, a description, and an optional audio file if you want. I do have images and I do have audio files, so I'll be adding all of those. So my first image, for example, is a car, and upload the audio as well. I have my audio ready as well, called car. So that's the first one done. I'll go to the second one. Let's see what we have. We have a computer, call it PC. I'll upload the audio. So there, actually, the ideas here are limitless. You can have sequences of everything, anything that you want to teach. So you can do days of the week, you can do months, you can do any type of process that you want to teach that has a specific sequence. You can create an activity for it. So the third one is a ship. Let's add a ship audio. And what we have after the ship, we got a house. Call that a house, and we'll add the audio as well. So for the audio, My audio is just a simple MP3. Simple MP3 files. So you can either upload a local audio file, or if you have a link, a URL to an audio file that you want to play, you can do that. You can't do YouTube. It won't automatically pull the audio from there, but assume something like SoundCloud or any audio hosting platform, you'd be able to grab the link and put it in here to grab the audio. The last picture is a toaster. I hope I picked the correct audio for all of these. I might have done one of them wrong, but so right now we have all of our pictures. To designate the correct sequence, so we're designating the correct answers now, we have to do it here. So we'll start with the most expensive, and the most expensive here is the cruise ship. That is the most expensive. Second most expensive is a house. Then we have a car. Then we have a computer, and then we have a toaster, and then food. So this is the correct order. So theoretically, the users should be able to do this without listening to the audio, just by looking at the pictures. This is common knowledge, or at least I think for the level that I want to use it for, this is common knowledge. So that's why audio is optional. We'll go down to the behavioral setting. So the first one, show solution button. So after the user finishes, if they got one of the answers wrong, they have the option to show solutions to see the correct answers. This one, if they don't get a full score, then they can retry. Last one, add button for resuming from current state. So if they answer and it's wrong, they can resume from the state that they left or they finished, so the images are not scrambled again and they have to start from scratch. Text overrides. This is just like all the other activities. You're overriding the prompts and the words that are used in the activity, like submitting your answers, getting an answer wrong or getting an answer correct. What kind of messages do you get? You can change all of that in here. And you can change the language as well. So time spent, you can change that to your own language. You can actually kind of translate all of these. Use your own language. That way you can present this activity in another language. But we won't do any of that. So let's just change one actually. Total moves, let's just say so far. Total moves so far, just to show you that that will change the outcome. And that's it. That's all we need. I don't want to display a toolbar with the activity. And let me create and see what this looks like now. Alright, so we see our images here. We have our instructions, arrange the images from most expensive to least expensive. If you need a hint, play the audio in each image. So this is very, very interactive, very smooth. You can just grab any image and move it around. So we're going from most expensive to least expensive. So naturally you would start at the left side and end at the right. So the most expensive would be on the left side here. If a student is stuck and they need a hint, they can click on the audio and that will play the audio that we uploaded. For example, the first one for ships.
This cruise ship costs $2 million.
And the audio plays, this cruise ship costs $2 million. So it tells them what it is and it tells them how much it costs. That way, if they do listen to the audio, they won't make a mistake because it tells them the price. So for the house,
this house costs $300,000.
so this is premium market price, 300,000.
This sandwich costs $5.
So this is $5.
This computer costs $600.
So this is more expensive.
This car costs $40,000.
40,000, and so on. So computer, toaster, and then food. So this is the answer. It also has a timer. It shows how much time you've spent in this activity so far, and it also tells you the total moves that you made, number of moves. So right now we're at 8. Every time I move my picture, it adds 1 move. So there are a lot of moves now. Let's have it at this. Let's make one mistake. So it has show solution. I can show a solution at any time, but let me check. All right, so I have those two switched up. So if you remember, we added the resume from current state. So we got 2 of them wrong. We can either retry, start from scratch, or we can resume. Resume won't scramble these pictures. So let's resume. So we're back the same pictures, same order. Check. If we do retry, retry will scramble them. So we left those options. To get this into the front end of the website, to get it to display on a web page, you can put it in a page or a post. I'm going to put it in a post. I'm going to add a new post. You have to grab the shortcode here, copy it. So the shortcode is usually just H5P and then ID equals the ID of your activity. Add a title. This is number 10 and it's image sequencing. And we're gonna add a shortcode block, a block that accepts shortcode, and we're gonna paste our shortcode H5P ID 22. So this activities ID 22. And that's it. We don't want to do anything else. We're gonna publish our post. It's published. We're gonna view our post to see what it looks like, and it looks pretty nice. It looks nice. If this page was full width, then you'd have more room. All these pictures will be one line, so you can add a lot of pictures to sequence. And let's get all this correct. So we got our house. Let's click on it, see if it says anything.
This house costs $300,000. This house costs $300,000.
So that does that. And last one, actually let's see the toaster.
This toaster costs $29.
Alright, so I think this is the correct order. And we got 6 out of 6. Great, that's it. Again, this is a standalone activity. If you wanted to have it as part of an exam or a workbook, then you would have to create a question set and add it, or you would have to create an interactive workbook and then add it. That's it. Thank you.